Boot camp has been amazing. The results, honestly, they're completely unheard of in golf instruction before the dead drill and before this boot camp, this structured training program. To have golfers go from shooting in the 90s as a 20 handicap like John did here and shoot 4 consecutive rounds, not just in the 70s, but his last rounds, 75, 74, 73, after just 2 weeks in the boot camp, it's incredible. It's just simply incredible. So I'm so unbelievably excited to be able to launch the boot camp to everybody. This was all just in the beta test to help get all the bugs worked out and make sure everything was going to work the way we wanted. But the response has been so overwhelming that we actually think this is going to replace our in-person clinics, which are very expensive. I mean, to attend a clinic is $3,000 plus travel expenses, time away from home, airfare, lodging, staying at the Ritz and rental cars and all that stuff. I mean, it's over $5,000. So we've been trying to figure out if we replace all of our in-person clinics with this boot camp that's been so incredibly effective, well, what's the cost for a boot camp? That's what we're going to talk about today and give you your first shot to get into the official launch of the Rotary Swing Dead Drill Boot Camp. Now, one of the most important parts of the boot camp is this handout. I've spent a tremendous amount of time and energy putting this thing together, and the response has been that the PDF, the handout itself, is worth the cost of the boot camp alone because of all of the amazing stuff that you get in it. So each day is laid out, showing you exactly what to do, exactly what to work on, exactly what reference videos to watch. This is why you have to be a premium member of the site, because all the reference videos are listed out here for you that show you exactly what you're to focus on each day. And each session has all of these incredible pictures with it, all the checkpoints laid out, everything in detail so that you know exactly what you're working on, places to keep notes, places to track your reps, detailed pictures with going through every single key piece. Each section of the drill is laid out in incredible detail with all these pictures. The boot camp handout alone is a game changer. It's going to walk you through everything that you've not understood about the swing or misunderstood, or things that you weren't able to figure out on your own. They're all covered in the handout. And of course, we use this handout as the basis for what we're doing during our live sessions that walk you through every single key aspect of mastering the dead drill. So what exactly is the boot camp? It's a 21-day immersion into the golf swing. And that's how we get these incredible results, because over these 21 days, you're going to do 6 live training sessions with a Rotary Swing Tour certified instructor who will walk you through in incredible detail every single key aspect of the swing. And we also do live training with the bootcamp members. So you can see here in this case, this is from our last session where I have a student who turned on his webcam and I'm actually coaching him in real time, but you are also coaching him, not directly, but in the chat, you're looking at his swing so that you start to recognize problems that you see here. And this is what I have highlighted here. Everybody caught on right away. He's got a reverse pivot. He's losing his axis, all of these things. Because you're being trained throughout this whole process of how to diagnose your own swing, when you see the same mistakes that you tend to make in somebody else, it pops up in your eyes right away and you know, oh, that's exactly what's going on. Here's how he needs to fix it. That's what's so important, because that's what's going to help you fix yourself and your swing. And you see everybody start nailing it right away. Once you go through this boot camp, you're not only going to know exactly what you did wrong in your swing by seeing it in yourself and seeing it in others, but you're going to know exactly how to fix it right there on the spot, even in the middle of a round of golf. And best of all, you don't really need much of anything to get this incredible experience in the boot camp. The one thing that you have to have is a mirror. Without a mirror, you're completely wasting your time. You're not going to recognize what's going on. You're going to be relying on feel versus what's real, and that's never the same case. So you have to have a mirror. Now, of course, we have these little ones on the site that we can offer you if you don't have a mirror in your house. Just any reflective surface, even if you're looking in a sliding glass window, you just need to be able to see what's going on. And then we also have the live view, and that is critical if you're really wanting to fast track your learning process, because you need to be able to see what's going on face on and down the line at the same time. And I talk about this in the boot camp itself. But it's really important that you need to see both. So if you have 2 mirrors, that's even better. And if you don't, you can always pick up a live view from our store, and you'll be able to look straight down while you're working on your swing without changing your positions and see what's going on down the line and face on. And as everybody who went through the boot camp saw, you have to rely on what you see and not what you feel. You need a big mirror if you have one. A small one as a secondary mirror is helpful if you can't get a live view. But those who bought the live view absolutely fell in love with this thing. And in fact, I actually became pretty addicted to it. At first, I was pretty skeptical because I was worried about the delay of what I would see on my iPad and what was happening in real time. And there was virtually zero delays. It worked perfectly. And that allowed me to stay in my posture, focus on what I was seeing face on in the mirror, and then look down at my iPad without having to move my body or my head or whatever and see what's going on down the line. So you have to have a mirror. Absolutely minimum of one. If you have two, it's better. If you have a live view, that's ideal. Your favorite thing about the boot camp is going to be the results. This is what it's all about. It's not about keeping you coming back every week for another lesson for the rest of your life and keeping you confused and frustrated and needing to come back to us to give you all the information. The boot camp gives you everything that you need when you combine that with your premium membership so you can look at the reference videos that walk you through each key piece. You've got everything you need to build a perfect golf swing. And you see so many incredible results that we saw. Somebody shooting 78 hasn't done that in 15 years. It's amazing the results that you can get by just going through this live interactive training and working through the handout and going through the live video or the videos that you'll see in the premium membership. In an ideal world, golf is boring. That's your goal, is to hit the same shot, reproduce the same effect over and over and over again. And you can do this at any age. In fact, Michael, who's 72, is now hitting it 240 yards and broke 80 for the second time. That is the impact of the dead drill and going through the boot camp. Exciting golf with less drama and way less stress on the body. Of course, I don't have to tell you guys this. You know how important injury prevention is to rotary swing and to the dead drill and making sure that we protect our bodies. So you're going to get incredible results, and more importantly, you're going to get boring golf. That's when golf is actually exciting, is the more consistent you are, the more boring it is to watch you hit balls because the ball just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. That's what you're really buying here. The dead drill and the boot camp is going to teach you how to be really boring so you start shooting consistent low scores. Now, of course, the going through this stuff in person, going through it in the clinics, it's a lot of money. I get it. The clinic cost is $3,000. You're traveling, you're eating out, you have to get a rental car, a hotel. Now, some of you staying this time away from home might be priceless, but for many of us, we actually want to be home and we want to be able to stay around the house and not have to travel to Florida to go to a clinic and spend all these thousands and thousands of dollars. It's about $5,000 to attend a clinic. So what I wanted to do with the boot camp is give you the same experience, the same results that you would get in an in-person lesson, in an in-person clinic with other golfers, but give you that same experience in the comfort of your living room for a fraction of the money. And that's exactly what we were able to achieve with this beta test in the boot camp. And now we're able to share it with everybody, and it doesn't cost $5,000 like going to an in-person clinic. You're going to get the same or even better results than what you would ever get in person. You're going to do it from the comfort of your living room. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go to the range. You don't have to go into your backyard. You can learn everything that you're going to do indoors, in your pajamas, practicing right there in your living room. And best of all, I guarantee that you're going to love what you're going to learn during the boot camp. Well, I offer a 100% money back guarantee. If you go through this boot camp and you don't feel that what you learned is going to help you with your swing, then I don't want your money. I want you to get better. I want to teach you how to play boring golf where you're shooting low scores all the time. So of course, if you don't feel like this is going to help you even after you've gone through the whole product, you've experienced the whole thing and you don't think it's going to help you, that's how I'm 100% certain that won't happen. But if it does, I'll give you 100% of your money back. And it's not going to be $5,000. It's going to be a fraction of that. I want you to feel like Joe, who's hitting it 40 yards further. He's crushing the ball. That's what it's about. I want you guys to experience golf the way it was meant to be played because it can truly change your life like it did for David. Now, if you went through this stuff and you were hitting it 40 yards further, you're shooting your lowest scores of all time, would you pay $1,000 versus $5,000 for this? Of course you would, because you're never going to have to waste money taking lessons again. You're never going to have to waste money going to one instructor to the next who's telling you one thing and another instructor tells you something else, and you keep getting all this conflicting, frustrating information. You don't get any better, you get worse. You're going to get better in the next 3 weeks in this boot camp. And as I told you, it's not $5,000 like it typically is for in-person stuff. It's not even $1,000. To get the swing of your dreams, to change your golfing life forever, to protect your body, to stop feeling sore and injured after a round of golf, and to start shooting your lowest scores and hitting your longest shots ever, it's $497. 90% less than the cost of going to an in-person clinic. And you're going to get better. We guarantee that what you're going to learn in the boot camp is going to be everything that you ever need to know for the rest of your life. You're not going to waste any more money on lessons. You're not going to waste any more money on chasing gimmicky training aids or searching YouTube for random videos. You're going to go through this boot camp and you're going to get better. Now, one thing that I did different in the actual official rollout of the boot camp versus the beta test is I cut the group size down by 80%. So it's a much smaller, more intimate group setting so that we can answer more questions during the chat and we can do more live session help, because this is going to be the last thing that you ever do to work on your golf swing. Everything from here is just going to be fine tuning, but all the critical nuts and bolts you're going to learn, and you're going to start playing the best golf of your life when you go through this boot camp. I guarantee it. So if you want to sign up and reserve your spot, because I cut the group size down so small, enrollment's going to fill up really, really quickly. So make sure that you book your spot now, because I can't guarantee that I can get everyone in, and you'll have to wait for the next one to be able to get in. But if you want to start improving right now and start playing the best golf of your life, click the link down below or down in the description and lock in your spot for the Rotary Swing Bootcamp.